Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
Hey, welcome to the show. Do me a favor, give me a warm, excited hello in that chat. And of course, I'm your host, I'm Bill McIntosh, and this show is all about how I can help you to build more revenue online as an entrepreneur. Now, I've been doing this for quite some time now, going over 25 years, and I've been able to generate over $100 million in revenue over all those years. And a good part of that is because I'm just so stubborn when I go and try to launch a new business or try a new strategy. I'm just like that honey badger that you see on those videos. It just, no matter what happens, he just keeps on going forward. And so I've been able to learn a lot based with that attitude, from going in, finding out what works, what doesn't work. And I'm always on the cutting edge of building and growing a successful business online. And this show is my chance to help you with those very things. And let's see here, you see a bunch of excited and warm welcomes and hellos. So good to see everybody. And we're off to a good start. Now, today it's our Wednesday show. So I'm always on here Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific. And what we do is we do training on things like how to get traffic to your website, or maybe if you don't have a website, how to get your website set up so that you can make as much money as possible. And we cover all the different ways at which you can make money, including entire business models, or if you have a business already and you're just looking for a new way to get traffic, get leads, get customers. I'm all about that. It's all about helping you on your journey as an entrepreneur. Now, a bit later tonight, I'm coming back. We have a live webinar. It's our Black Wednesday live webinar. And so we will be back. But for that, you need to register. And we actually have a huge Black Wednesday celebration. You know, it couldn't be like everyone else who does their Black Friday. I wanted to give everybody a chance. You know, I know Thanksgiving's coming up and then everybody's off doing their shopping on Black Friday. So I wanted to make it easy. And we're doing a Black Wednesday special product launch tonight. So you'll actually be able to, there's $1,500 in potential savings that we're going to be giving out a coupon code that works for Black Wednesday tonight. And so if you haven't registered for that, you'll definitely want to show up. If you like some of our products and you've ever thought about getting in on some of them, there'll be an amazing deal. That's something that we have never offered before. So if you're interested in that, we'll drop a link into the chat. I see, okay, popped it in there. Let me see if I can pin it real quick. Let's go to, I have far too many windows going. There we are. And I'm going to take that and I am going to pin it to the chat. And there we go. So that's where you can join me, and that will be this evening. And that starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time, where you can get in on that. And by the way, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm a little bit, I don't know how to say. I've been doing live streaming a long time, going back long, but when live streaming first became a thing, I've been doing live streaming. And I have actually never really told my journey as an entrepreneur. How did I get here? How did I get to the point of making $100 million? Both the good and the bad. And there's a couple of some things that I have never revealed before because, I don't know, it feels a little bit embarrassing almost. And I'm actually going to tell the whole story tonight. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'll tell you my entire journey as an entrepreneur, the good, the bad, the ugly, even a bankruptcy along the way. So yeah, stuff I've never talked about before. I'm going to reveal all tonight on the Black Wednesday special, and then we're going to be releasing that special promotion. So make sure you tune in if you're at all interested in that. But that is not the topic of today's live stream. So here on YouTube today, we're going to be talking about YouTube. And Mr. Beast, in fact, is one of the topics of the show today. So some of you might know I've talked about this. I've teased it a little bit on previous shows that there was a leaked document that actually came out of Mr. Beast. You know, Mr. Beast is like the biggest YouTuber in history, the guy who makes millions and millions of dollars from a single video that he puts out on YouTube, and has become famous and then kind of became infamous. And yeah, but he is a business powerhouse and produces billions of dollars in revenue through his YouTube channel. That's right, billions. And so he had this little manual that was for internal use. It was designed for his video editors, for his business team, for his copywriters, for his marketers. And it was all about how they make the most money possible and get the most views possible on YouTube. And so I got a hold of that guide, that manual, whatever, it got leaked. And I just went, like, I poured through it and to figure out all of the little details that I could use. And we've literally made 6 figures just since implementing some of those things. And I'll be talking to you more about that. That's in today's training. So during today's segment, that's what we're going to be doing, is we're going to dive deep into how Mr. Beast creates such a amount of revenue. And this is not just for those, like, you don't have to do silly game shows and, you know, be doing video game commentary and mass market stuff. This is applicable to anything. If you just want to make money from ad revenue on YouTube, you can use this. If you want to make money with affiliate marketing, you can use this. If you want to use YouTube to promote your business, you could use this. Personally, I do all of those things. I'm making money from multiple different ways using YouTube, and it has generated a lot of cash for me. So I'll be sharing with you all of those lessons. Now, talking about YouTube, also, I want to remind you that if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we've got subscriber-only chat. A subscription is free, just takes one click. So that's our fee to be part of the community, just one click. So if you'll see down below a red subscribe button, tap that. That will unlock subscriber-only chat. And then if you know much about YouTube, you'll also know that when you subscribe to a channel, they're supposed to send you notifications when we post new content or when we go live. And a lot of times they just don't do that. So make sure you tap the bell icon and tell YouTube you want your notifications from me. So you'll get a notification when we go live and when we drop content here on the channel. Okay. And that will also unlock subscriber-only chat. And we are but just a hair's, like the hair right there on the corner of my finger. That's how close we are, just that close to hitting 20,000 subscribers. In fact, it might just happen today. We are so close. And I have a game going on. So we announced a game last week where we have $100 in cash we're going to be giving to one of you. All you have to do to be able to win that is, number one, you need to be a subscriber. Number two, you need to watch any of the videos on my channel, watch them to the end, and drop a comment with your feedback, questions, or other suggestions on that video. And that's it. And then as soon as we hit 20,000 subscribers, we're going to be drawing the winner, and then we'll be giving one of you $100 in instant prize money. So that is happening this week, and that will most surely happen probably before Thanksgiving here in the United States. So yeah, we're like that close. As soon as we hit it, one of you will get $100. I mean, who knows if we get a surge of subscribers? Maybe we'll hit it while we're here live. I don't know, but so definitely be a subscriber, and again, just subscribe and drop a comment on one of our recent videos. Watch the video to the end and drop a comment, and that's all you have to do to be eligible for that $100. Now, on top of that, I'm also giving $100 tonight live to somebody who joins us during our Black Wednesday promotion with that link. You got to register for it and attend live. It's in a couple hours. That link is in the chat, and you'll be able to check that out. So we'll give away $100 tonight, and then another $100 probably tomorrow to one of you who have subscribed here to the channel. And there we go. So that's enough jibber jabber. Let's get into the whole point of today's content. Okay, and that is YouTube and Mr. Beast. Producer Nick, is there anything else we need to cover? I think we're ready to just get into the content, right?
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right. Then with that, we shall begin. So as you know, I record these live sessions and we hand this off to our content team, who they make video trainings, and sometimes it goes in my courses. Sometimes we make manuals and things out of it. So I'll be recording this, and you may hear me do retakes. You know, you might hear me do 2 or 3 takes if I mess something up, or you might see me make notes for my video editor. Just so you know, I am here live, And when I get through with the training that we're about to deliver, I'm going to go back to you and we're going to do some live Q&A. So if you have any questions at all about how to use the material, how to make the most money possible from that material, definitely ask your questions. We're going to be taking all your questions right after the training section. And I think, oh, Carrie wants to know what's in the mug. Caffeine. I can't mainline it, unfortunately, so I have to drink it. But I'm a bit of a caffeine junkie. It's yeah, there you go. That's what powers the show. It is powered by caffeine. Okay, cool. Sorry, distracted by the chat. With that, we're going to begin. And again, this is all about how to make money with YouTube. And this was the key. When I took the information that I learned from this manual that I'm going to show you in a minute, it changed everything. And producer Nick on the channel can testify to this. Maybe I'll ask him more about it when we get into Q&A. But he started to implement some of what I'm about to share with you. And we went from we were doing okay. This channel is fairly new in the YouTube time span. As we began applying some of what we learned from this manual, it just took off like a rocket ship. And then here we are about to cross 20,000 subscribers. And my next target is 100,000. So we're on the way. And now that we have this material, I'm very confident that we can achieve it. So I want to share with you what I learned out of this and pinpoint the successful things that we are doing that came out of Mr. Beast's manual. Okay. Now, with that, let me turn on my teleprompter. So the very first thing I do is I record what's called the hook. And you're going to learn in a minute in the deck and in the training how I make these hooks and why I do them the way I do them. So, but first we're going to record that hook and we're going to do it right now. So here we go. A few months ago, an internal document from Mr. Beast's production team. That's right, Mr. Beast, the king of YouTube, who makes billions of dollars from his YouTube channel. He had an internal document that usually his marketing and his money-making team use to really explode their channel. And this got leaked onto the internet. And in this guide, I found a gold mine. I've used what I discovered in the guide on my own YouTube channel, and we've gone on to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue applying this incredible information. And this document, the leaks inside of it are the secret techniques that Mr. Beast uses himself to generate billions of views and a ridiculous amount of money. And you'd be surprised just how detailed this thing is. It's a massive document filled with all kinds of valuable information, from how to do your thumbnail to the hook, which is when you first announce something and introduce a video like I'm doing right now, to the title, to every little thing, to the end of the video. All of it is covered, and this document goes into the microscopic level of detail that he himself puts into each and every one of his YouTube videos. Now, today, I'm going to be showing you the most important parts of this document when it comes to making money with YouTube, especially if you already don't have a giant channel like Mr. Beast. What are the important pieces that you can take out of this document, put to use now, and start making money with YouTube right away? In fact, one of the first videos that we applied this information to, our video skyrocketed to 100,000 views pretty darn quickly, and the video completely transformed our channel. And now we're bringing in tons of money with this very channel right here. And we're bringing it in through affiliate revenue, from YouTube AdSense revenue, from product sales of our own product. We have many ways in which we make money. But the big question is, what would you do if you had 100,000 views on one of your videos? How would you make money with it? So if you stick around to the end, by the way, this is going to be training. It's going to be step by step, showing you exactly what to do. And when you watch to the end, I've got 2 bonus tips. It's something that it's something we apply, and it forces my videos to become extra profitable. So stick around. I'll show you that at the very end. Let's dive in. All right, that's my hook. Producer Nick, good?
Yes, good to go.
Okay, fantastic. Then we're going to do some screen sharing. That we'll pop this up here. And you find the right screen. Boom. Okay, here we go. So this is the deck. So by the way, I have this slide deck with all of my training and all the tidbits that I'm going to be sharing with you today, the step-by-step steps, links to resources, and even a link to the guide itself if you'd like to actually view the Mr. Beast guide in detail. It's quite lengthy. It's a very big document. But if you want all of that, then just become a subscriber to our completely free Ingeniosity newsletter. We'll drop a link to that somewhere on the video here. All you need to do is be a completely free subscriber. We'll give you this deck, all the resources in it, and the link to the Mr. Beast secret document, all included in it. And as an example here, we'll take a quick look at the Mr. Beast document. And 36 pages of brilliance from Mr. Beast, okay? So let's dive into the actionable pieces that we can really use. And I'm going to break this down into a step-by-step procedure, okay? So the first thing that you need to do when you're deciding on making a video is you need to come up with a big ideal. Sorry. Note to editor, we'll adjust this. The very first thing you need to do is make your video be all centered around one big idea. A common mistake I see so many YouTubers make, and marketers in general, is they'll make a video and there are just too many ideas crammed into it. You need to have one single overriding concept that your entire video is about and stick with that. So you're going to come up with your big idea and you're going to give your video a title. So you're going to make kind of a first draft of the title of the video that you're about to make. And when you do that, it's important that you really do understand your market. And one of the things that I teach on my channel is all about uncovering my market's deepest problems that they're trying to solve and the goals that they're trying to achieve. In fact, I've got training on the channel here about it. We call it 10 PGB for 10 problems, goals, and the benefits that people get from our products and services, right? So we break our market down and we look for what are the common problems that our market might have. So let's say, for example, I always use dog training because it's something that most people can relate to. It's a very simple concept, right? So let's say that you have a business that's all about dog training, okay? Maybe you sell a course or a guide, or you promote products on a YouTube channel that you promote as an affiliate, whatever it might be. Let's say you're in that market. And so what you would want to do is break down what are the biggest problems, in big ideas, right? Remember, it's got to be a big idea. So an example might be dogs that bark too much, right? When the doorbell rings, right? That might be an example. I know I can relate to this one myself. My dogs go nuts when the doorbell rings, and I can't get them to stop doing it, right? So it's a big problem. It's annoying, and it disrupts the household. In fact, often when I'm on my show, if we get a delivery, you guys will all hear my dogs going crazy in the background and outside my studio. So it's a big problem. So that's a great example of one big idea that's centered around a problem that my market might have. Now, you could also do videos on positive goals. So let's say that I know my market has a big happy goal they're trying to achieve. Maybe they've got a new puppy and they want that puppy to become a member of their household, be part of their family, to be like, have that special bond that you can have with a pet where they become a member of your family. And that could be a goal, right? So you could do a video on that. As I knock my microphone away, you could do a video on that. And that's one big idea of an example of a video, right? So you really need to understand your market, and you'll learn more and more as you do videos on what works and what doesn't and what your market, deeply desires. But there are lessons here on my channel that teach you how to uncover this using AI. So take a look on the channel and look for our 10 PGB training. It's what it's called. Now let's go back to the deck. Now, one of the things that you want to realize here is when you're putting your video together, it all hangs around the big idea. So the single big idea of your video, your thumbnail, your introduction in your video, the content in your video, and even the ending of it things that we're going to do. And I'm going to go through this document. So as we continue on, I'm going to be showing you how you actually hit the metrics that YouTube is looking for. And you'll see this is a little screenshot here up in the document. Where is it? It's off over there. That he talks about what are the key metrics that make a YouTube video go viral. Because what happens is when you publish a video, YouTube studies it and they're looking at key metrics. And when they see your video hits key metrics, which is what's the click-through rate? How many people are clicking on your video? And then once they click on it, what's the average view duration? How long do they watch that video and there are other signals as well. But these are the key metrics that we're going to be using throughout the rest of this training. So as I continue on, I'm going to be showing you step by step, how do you make sure that you get the most amount of clicks on your videos as possible? And how do you get that long average view duration so your videos blow up on YouTube? And so we're going to go through step by step how to do these things as we continue. Now, when you come up with your big idea, you want to figure out how you can set yourself apart, okay? Now, if there are already lots of videos on the topic, don't worry. I usually am not too worried about competition. Instead, I try to just think of a unique twist or a unique spin on what can I add to my video that'll really make it stand out, right? So I want it to sound and look different, but I'm usually not too concerned if there are lots of other videos about the topic. In fact, sometimes that's a good thing. When you see that a video topic is very popular and others are going viral with it, I'll jump on the bandwagon and I just look for a way just to give it a unique little twist on how can I make it appear a little bit unique, a different angle, a different approach, maybe even just a bit of a different tonality, like the emotions that I use while I'm delivering the video, things like that, just to make it seem a little bit different, okay? Now, one of the things that Mr. Beast says is that a video goes viral because of what he calls the wow factor, okay? And you can see here in the document. And he says, anytime we do something that no other creator can do, that separates us in their mind and makes our videos more special to them. So how can you do that? You're not Mr. Beast, nor am I. I can't go invest millions of dollars into a single video and have an entire video production and have hundreds of people involved in my video. He does some crazy over the top things, right? So how can we do that? How can we have that pop, that wow factor in our videos? And sometimes that can be something that is a bold claim, a big idea. We're going to talk more about this in a minute on the bold claims and big ideas and the concept of the negative side of clickbait. You've probably heard of clickbait. We're going to show you how you can use some of those concepts without clickbaiting. How do you get lots of clicks and have something that has that pop and that wow factor with your video when you're not Mr. Beast? So we're going to get on to that as we continue. Okay, and as he said here, it's important we never lose our wow. So our second step, no, we got our big idea. We've done our research. We understand our market. We have our idea, the big idea and the rough title for our video. And then we're going to move on and make our thumbnail. Okay. Now the thumbnail is where everything begins, because as people are scrolling through the YouTube timeline, that's the image that people see before they click. And that thumbnail has to grab their attention. So you need to make it loud. You need to make it bold. You need to make it practically scream at the user. And I know some of the YouTube thumbnails, they look weird, right? And sometimes they even look kind of borderline annoying. The reason is that works. As unfortunate that is the case. Boring thumbnails that don't correctly follow the steps I'm going to go over here just flop. And you'll never get the number of clicks that you need to get to tell YouTube that your video is good, okay? And your content, by the way. So you could have the most amazing content in your video. You could be teaching them how to do something incredibly awesome in that content. It could be some really big insight, could be something fun, whatever, and no one is ever going to see it if they don't click on your thumbnail. So one of the things that you'll want to do is kind of, if you have any thoughts that, oh, I don't want to do bold, loud, crazy thumbnails, well, put them to the side and test this. Just try it on a handful of videos and you will see that it makes a big difference with your channel, okay? Now, The thumbnail absolutely must be consistent with the big idea. Remember, we talked about how all of this stuff needs to flow together. Our thumbnail needs to be consistent and flow from our big idea. So the visuals that you're going to use should reference that. I mean, if you're doing a video about barking dogs, have a barking dog on your video. Maybe you have a barking dog and a happy dog, and make them dramatic, make the dog, look like it's going crazy in the one. But you definitely need visuals that are going to match your big idea. And we generally put some text as well. So we want the text to also flow into our title. So we don't want it to be different than we want it to be similar, but not exactly the same as our title. And we'll often put a big, bold claim in the thumbnail as well. And a claim is like, what is it that the user is going to get? What's in it for me? You should be thinking that when someone comes across your thumbnail, before they click, whether it's conscious or subconscious, they're going to be thinking, what's in it for me? So I think that's a great chance to put text that goes along with the visual and the big idea that solves that in their mind. What is in it for me when I click this? What am I going to get? What am I going to learn? How am I going to feel when I watch this video? And your thumbnail should have some simple text that explains that, okay? Now, Mr. Beast explains why you want to do your thumbnail first. It seems counterintuitive. I think a lot of creators make their content and then come back and do the thumbnail, but that's backwards. You want to do your thumbnail first. And he says right here, the title and the thumbnail on the video you'll be producing set the expectations for the viewer of your video, okay? So, and think about it this way. The title, the big idea, and the thumbnail are what attract the person's eye and pull them into watching your video. And then now you know how to make the content that matches what their expectations are. So you do that first. You work out how do you pull the user in, their attention, and get them to click. And then from there, we build our content around that idea, okay? Now, the click-through rate on your thumbnail is crucial. If you don't get a high enough click-through rate, you will never succeed on YouTube. And for us, as an example, if our videos don't get an absolute minimum of a 5% click-through rate, usually it needs to be higher. Like we have a video on the channel right now that started out with, I think, a 15% click-through rate. It'll probably do really well. But 5%, anything under that when the video first starts out, and it's just going to die, right? The video is just, it ain't going anywhere. It's going to fizzle out. It will never get views. YouTube will never push it. As we cross over, for us, this is our channel in our market, right? This varies from market to market. But you have to think about that. As you climb up to 10% and above, that's 1 out of every 10 people who see that thumbnail cross their screen, click on it. That's incredibly high. So if you don't get that, your video goes nowhere. It dies. You never get any subscribers. You don't get any views. And the whole thing is just a frustrating experience. The other thing, there's something called a pattern interrupt. If you're familiar with this phrase, a pattern interrupt is something unexpected, something different, something that breaks a pattern. So anytime that you can do that with a thumbnail, and a pattern interrupt could be something weird, something quirky, something strange. It could even be just different colors than they expect, right? Maybe a giant bright yellow thumbnail, as an example, that just jumps out. Something that's different than what their eye and their subconscious mind is expecting to see in a YouTube thumbnail. So anytime you can break that mold and do something bold that catches the eye, and that's what's called a pattern interrupt. Now, as we go on, we're moving on to our intro. And like I said in previous steps, our intro needs to flow. It flows from the big idea to the thumbnail, the images that people see on the video, and now that's going to continue to flow into our intro. And in your intro, there's also something called the hook. You may have heard this phrase, and that's the concept or the words or the spoken word that's going to grab the viewer and hook them in so they want to continue watching your video. And we do that through our intro, okay? Now this, according to Mr. Beast, is the single most important part of your video. And I would agree with this. When we spend time on a hook and getting that right, it makes all the difference in the world. Because here's the next place your videos can fail. You can have an awesome thumbnail, but if your hook doesn't compel a person to want to continue watching your video and feel like they're going to get value from it and feel like they're going to get what they expected, right? When they saw the thumbnail, they have a mental expectation of what they think they're going to get from the video. Your hook needs to reinforce that and flow from that idea. So your viewer says, oh, okay, the thing I'm going to get, I'm actually going to get it when I invest my time into watching this video, okay? Which is also, we're using many of the concepts that you might traditionally experience in what's called clickbait, right? Clickbait is when you do something bold and outlandish, you say crazy things, and you try to get a click to your video or to a piece of content. And then your content just doesn't deliver. Like the article's not about what you thought you were clicking on. Ever happened to you? You ever seen a piece of content, you click it, and you're like, that's not at all what that headline said, or that's not what the thumbnail said. It's totally different than I expected. Well, your behavior there is pop, you bounce out of that. You back up, you leave, and you don't consume that video. You don't consume that piece of content. Here, we're using the same principles of clickbait, but you absolutely must give your viewer the payoff. So when they start watching the video, they're going to be like thinking, am I getting clickbaited here? Am I really going to get what I'm looking for? And you really need to help reassure them so they understand through your intro that you're going to be delivering on the big promise, that big idea that we talked about at the beginning. So, and you can see here, this is a screenshot out of a Mr. Beast video out of his YouTube studio. And you can see here them highlighting how important it is there. And he shows how much retention he gets. This is incredibly high retention, by the way, that you see on this graph. And he says here in that document, this is why we freak out so much about the first minute and go so above and beyond to make it the best we freaking can. The first minute of each video is the most important minute of each video. So that's how important that part of the video is. It's actually more important than the content and what you put in the rest of the video. It really is. So you're going to write that intro. So it has to have a compelling hook that's consistent with your thumbnail. And it's going to be consistent with what the content is we're going to write in just a moment. The hook should be exciting. It should have a tangible benefit for watching to the end. Even if your channel is just about entertainment and fun, it needs to be really clear that that's the payoff, what they're going to get, what's in it for them when they watch your video. You got to make that clear here, okay? And then you have to be prepared to fulfill on the promises you make here in the hook and in the intro, okay? So now we want to optimize for retention. So remember, if we make crazy promises in our hook that we don't deliver on, people leave the video and they don't finish watching, which means your average view duration of your video goes down and YouTube won't show it to anybody. So here's the third place your video can fall down and not get the exposure it deserves. So retention matters most. And a typical YouTube video, by the way, you can lose half your audience before you ever get to that first minute mark, okay? So that is not uncommon. And as an example on our channel, same thing. We see the same thing where half the audience is gone in that first minute. And the better job we do keeping them past minute one, the better that video does, okay? So again, make that bold claim. Make it exciting. It almost sounds like clickbait. It almost sounds too good to be true, but you need to deliver on that promise. You have to work out what can you do. What big, bold statement or big, exciting thing can you say that you actually can deliver on? And that incentivizes your viewers to stay for the payoff, okay? And again, it's okay to make big claims, just follow through with them in your content. And I think a lot of times what people do is they don't fully appreciate the value of what they're about to teach, right? So I'll use that barking dog example, you could say, how to stop your dog from barking, and do a very sort of calm and conservative introduction. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop your dog from barking, right? That's a pretty plain intro, but let's throw some craziness into it, right? Let's throw some drama into it, and let's have a thumbnail that looks incredibly dramatic, like the dog is going to bite a hole in the door, and then let's show a happy version of that dog, right? And let's show an owner with maybe like red lines flying out from their head because they're so stressed out about their dog barking. That's our thumbnail. Then they get to the hook, and in your hook, you say something like, my dog drives me crazy. You convey that emotion. When they bark at the door, it drives everyone in the house crazy. People are on the phone. We're trying to do business while we're working from home, and it's actually getting in the way of our relationship with our dog. People are getting so frustrated with him. So when I learned these 10 steps and was able to stop my dog from barking, it made my family so happy. Everyone loves the dog. The household is calm. Everything is so peaceful, right? See the difference? Instead of just describing, oh, I'm going to show you 10 steps on how to stop your dog from barking, we upped it a notch and we conveyed some emotion. We gave them a big, compelling reason why. And we teased them that if they watch the video, they're going to be able to feel those same things. They're going to go from being frustrated to having a wonderful relationship with their dog and feeling calm. So we have used elements of clickbait, but we're going to give them content that's going to pay off, because when they do my 10 steps on how to stop their dog from barking, they're going to get a calmer household. They're going to get that result. See what I mean? Okay, back to it. Step 4. The funny thing is, this is where everyone puts all of their attention on their videos, the content itself. And this is the last piece that you're actually going to work on, is the content itself. Spend most of your time, most of your energy, most of your creativity should be injected into those first 3 steps. Step 4 just naturally flows from those other steps. So now we know what the big idea is and the big payoff and what the user is expecting when they get into our content. And now we deliver on it and we create our content. And when you're creating content, it depends a lot on the topic of your channel. That content can be anything like what you're seeing me do right now with a slideshow and me doing a step-by-step presentation. It could be AI-generated content that goes over something interesting or compelling. It could be entertainment. There's so many different variations of what you can do here to fit your business and to fit what you want to do with your YouTube channel. There is no one-size-fits-all type of content. Anything from talking head like this, to out vlogging, where you just take a camera and you're out talking, walk and talks, to interviews. It's just an endless different number of ways to create content. So you find the content creation method that you're comfortable with to start with, and then create that content to deliver on the promises you made in the previous steps of this video. And then you have it made. And you don't have to do anything more complicated than that. You don't have to do some big, giant, elaborate, complicated 27-step trainings. Simple stuff that just delivers on the just gives the user the payoff that they're expecting from the hook. And then you've made it. So let's get back to the presentation and talk more about content. So again, follow up, it all flows. So you want the content to now deliver on that promise. And you can see here, Mr. Beast says, after the first minute of content, you will have what we call minutes 1 through 3. This is where you have to transition from hype to execution. He says generally, so that means not always. Stop telling people what they will be watching and start showing them. An example of a 1 through 3 minute tactic would be, we use a crazy progression. So anyway, here's a visual, by the way. This is out of his guide, and he talks about, if you got this right, this transition from your hype and your intro straight into your content. Don't let your intro drag and drag out. Don't go off on tangents and sidetracks. Just get right into it. Go from the intro, boom, right into the content. And when you do it, you'll see what you have at the top. See that top graph there? That's what you're going to see when you've done that properly, okay? Now you can see here, gradual declines mean viewers are losing interest over time. And I have some solutions for this, by the way, we're going to talk about in just a bit. You'll also see spikes if there are particular parts of the video that are interesting and pieces they're rewatching. That's a clue as to what's working on your video. And you'll see dips, the reverse of that. That's when people are skipping chunks of your video because it's not delivering what they're expecting, okay? So again, I could do an entire training on this step, by the way, of how to make content for YouTube, anything from how to use AI to make YouTube content to how to do spoken word, how to do slide deck type content. There are lots of great tools. If you're interested in that, let me know, by the way. So on this video, drop into the comments down below and let me know what kinds of content you'd like to make with a YouTube video. And what kinds of tools you're interested in. You're interested in like those faceless AI type content? Are you interested in using AI tools to push your brand? Do you want to do slideshow type presentations like this? They're actually AI tools that can help you do slideshows like the one I'm showing you today. Let me know. Again, drop those into the comments. Let me know not only what kinds of content you want to make, but any questions you have about the content creation portion of this video, and we'll follow up. I'll do some more training on this. If there's enough interest and you guys ask enough for enough content down below in the comments, I'll do more training on how you make these videos. So, all right, back to the content. Now, step 5 is really, 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 really important. Did I emphasize that enough? Really important. Step 5 is after you have provided some kind of value to the user, you must do what's called a call to action at the end, okay? There's a lot of different kinds of call to actions, a lot of different things you can promote. Once you have finished the content and you've delivered on the big promise and the big payoff, now it's time to tell your audience to do something. So many creators make a mistake here. They'll have some great content and then they just stop. Tell your audience what to do next. If they have spent 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes with you in a video, they are primed to do more with you. That more could be buying something from you. It could be something, it could be as simple as telling them to go watch another video and then linking to it. It could be that you send them to a subscription form and get them to opt in and sign up for something. There's so many variations, but don't let this opportunity go to waste. Here, after the content is over, it is such a ripe time to do your marketing and your sales. And you don't have to go crazy with hard selling. You can, but all you need to do is be prepared to tell your audience what to do next, okay? Don't just leave it up to them and hope that they're going to take the action you want. Instead, directly tell them what to do next. You know, say something like, hey, since you've watched this video to the end, you'll really be interested in our special service of XYZ, right? Or maybe you want more dog training tips. Well, we have a weekly newsletter. Click the link you see in the description and go sign up to our newsletter, right? That could be an example. Or your call to action could be as simple as subscribe to the channel and then go watch another video. There are lots of things that you can do, but don't let this opportunity go by. Intentionally tell the audience what to do next. Otherwise, they're going to click off your video and go off and forget all about you, which is definitely not what you want. Now, for the bonus training, I teased a little bit about this. We have some bonus training that I want to give you that I think it's a little tip, it's a little trick that is incredibly important, incredibly important. And I believe it literally has 10x'd my YouTube channel when we did this properly, okay? This is called an open loop, okay? Now, an open loop, I want to define that for those of you who are maybe you aren't into marketing and you don't know a lot about sales and marketing and buying psychology. A simple way of describing an open loop is it's something that builds intrigue. It builds mystery. It builds a desire to fill knowledge. So when you open a loop in someone's mind, you're opening them up to wanting more. It could be that they want an answer. It could be that they want something you teased. You could directly just say, hey, later, I'm going to tell you about X. And then you stop talking about it and you keep going, right? It drops something in the person's mind and it opens that mental loop that they want to close. The mind really hates a mystery, right? This is what, anytime you've ever watched a series on Netflix and you binge watch that series and you go from episode to episode to episode, this is what they're doing to you. They're opening up, usually, if they're skilled at it, they will open up multiple loops. And by the time you finish with the episode is over, and you kind of get the emotional payoff that that episode is over, but you're left wanting more. That feeling is an open loop, and it's your mind wanting to fill that gap. What happened to the character? Did they die or did they not die? What's going to happen with the other character? And, all of those mysteries pull you through that series. And let me know, has that ever happened to you? You ever found yourself watching a show or a piece of content or a series on Netflix, and you inexplicably just have to keep watching? That's an open loop at work. So before you record the video, what I do is I figure out a way to open a loop that I'm going to do right in my intro. So when I do an intro, I open a loop and I tease some big benefit for the viewer for watching all the way through. By the way, did you see what I did there? This bonus and the next one, by the way, I have bonus 2 in just a minute. I'll show you. I just did this, right? In the intro of this very video, I opened the loop of the big payoff of this bonus trick so that someone would open that loop. Even if you weren't consciously thinking about it throughout the video, it would help pull you through to this very moment. And then did you notice what I just did there again? I just opened up another one because we have bonus number 2 that I'm going to tell you in just a moment. So there's a couple ways you can pull this off. One, you can just add bonus tips. Is there some new tip that you can enhance or amplify the video content like I just did right here, right? So this is a way to take the training that I gave you and make it bigger, better, bolder, get better results. Well, you can tease that and then drop it at the end and make sure in your intro, you tell them about it so it becomes an open loop and they want to stick around watching to the end. 2, offer bonus downloadable content. So you can tell them, keep watching to the end, and I'm going to give you a guide that will help you do this even better, right? That's another example. And if you do that, you can get subscribers at the same time. 3, you can hold a contest or a giveaway. Watch to the end and you'll learn how to win X, right? You can drop that right into your intro. After you tease them about what the video is about, you just straight up tell them at the end you're going to do something like that. Also, one we've used with some success is have a surprise guest who comes on and delivers bonus content at the end. And again, tease it right in your intro and tell them that when they watch all the way through to the end, they're going to get this awesome payoff. And the more intriguing you make it, the more exciting you make it sound, the better it's going to work to pull the viewer all the way through to the end. Curiosity will compel your audience, almost like the Pied Piper leading them through your video, right? And they'll watch to the end to see what's being teased, okay? Now, on to my other open loop that I just opened there. That is bonus 2. This is critical. What I do is I go back through my video because there are lots of key points in the video. And Mr. Beast, from his training, he talks about it, okay? We search through our content. We go back over the content that we've already created or we've already scripted and written out. And we look, where are key points that we can tease them, give them intrigue about something coming up? What's value or what's something that they're going to learn a bit later in the training? If you go back and rewind this video and rewatch it, you'll see I've been doing this throughout this training. So you work out, what are the little tidbits, little pieces of curiosity that you can tease that you're going to give them payoff on without spilling the beans, so to speak. So Mr. Beast talks as an example that the 3-minute mark in a piece of content is an ideal place to re-engage your audience, where you essentially drop that new open loop, okay? So, and he says right here in his document, we also want to do something around the 3-minute mark called the 3-minute re-engagement. A re-engagement can be described as content that is highly interested and fits the story and make people genuinely impressed, okay? So the next most important part of the video is minute 6 he talks about. And he says he does another re-engagement that is highly interesting, that needs more explanation, that will push the story into the back half of the video. So what he's saying there is that he's teasing about content that's coming up or an incomplete part of the story, like you might see in storytelling, right? Leaving a character or leaving a cliffhanger or doing something that makes the reader want to keep or viewer want to keep watching to the end. And so what I personally do is I then go back and I review my content. And I'll look and see that roughly at about the 3-minute mark and at about the 6-minute mark, about every 3 minutes is ideally, if you can get it that down like that, is a great place to drop one of those teasers. And as an example, rewind this video and rewatch all the way from, you'll see that I've done everything I talked about in this training. I've done it in this video. And you'll see there are pieces where I'll tell you, I'm going to explain X a little bit later, right? Or I'll give a piece of training and I'll say, this is great to do because when I show you how to do Y, it'll all come together, right? Again, telling them about something that's coming in the future later into the video and dropping those little teasers throughout, almost like a breadcrumb leading a person through your video. And so that is the final bonus tip on this. Now, it's time for me to give you a call to action per my training, right? So the call to action today is that I will give you this deck. So the deck that you saw, the link to the Mr. Beast document, and any other resources and materials that I think you need to be able to implement this training, I will give it to you completely free. All I ask is that you join our Ingeniosity newsletter. And you'll see a link to that. We'll drop it down below. I'll pin it in the comments or something in the description down below. When you join that newsletter, you'll be able to get this deck. And every week, we have more content just like this that we're going to give to you absolutely free, no strings attached. And I'll reward you for it by giving you this deck and lots more training on how to make money, how to get traffic, how to get leads and sales for your online business. And on that note, I'll leave you with a final call to action, which is subscribe and give us that like. So you'll see down below, give us a like. Again, don't forget to comment and let me know what kinds of content you'd like me to do more training on. So if you want to learn more about how to use AI to make content for your videos, if you want to learn more about how to do slide decks and presentations like I just did, talking head videos, whatever it might be, let me know what kinds of videos you want to make, and I'll do more training and I'll do a much deeper dive on how to apply the Mr. Beast strategy to your content itself. And on that, I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Okay, live audience, I'm not going anywhere. We're still here. How was that, by the way? So this is a topic that I've not talked about a lot, with YouTube. So I'm not sure what the interest was going to be, how much you guys would really, if you would enjoy this content. How was it? Let me know in the comments. Is this applicable? Or is this something that is not really that interesting to you? I am curious to know, in general, your interest in YouTube and success on the YouTube platform.
I'm a little biased. I really liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the kind of stuff we talk about, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's like water cooler
I kind of feel like the magician showing everybody their tricks. I'm actually doing the tricks while I'm talking and delivering the content. It was kind of fun to do. So, but there you go. So now you guys know all my tricks, and you can learn to do them yourself.
Can you apply this kind of training to, because there's YouTube videos like growing a content channel. Can you apply these to like sales material? Like if you want to,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All of these things are really powerful tools in marketing in general. So you can take everything I just said and apply it. I mean, if you want to sell on a webinar, this formula would work. If you want to make a video that you want to put on X or on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. This applies to all of those scenarios. So any kind of visual storytelling, video storytelling, heck, you could even script a podcast episode using the same concepts here. So that it's a universal thing. I mean, we kind of focused in on Mr. Beast and YouTube, but it applies everywhere.
Yeah, we had a decent amount of questions roll in. Do you want to roll commercials so people can get the last of their questions in, that we can take them up?
Yes. So we'll do that right now. We'll do a very quick commercial break, And then we're going to come right back, everybody, and we'll take all your questions about applying this and any other questions you have for me while we're here live. And I'll see you all in just a minute. So we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
And we're back. So just checking on our subscribers. I was hoping to be able to give away $100 while we're here live today, but we're so close to 20,000 subscribers. I can just taste it, but we're not quite there yet. So as soon as we hit 20,000 subscribers, we will be giving away a cash prize, $100, an instant prize money. To win, all you need to do is, number one, you need to be a subscriber. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. That will also unlock our subscriber-only chat, so you can chat with us and ask questions. So if you want help from me directly, it's free. Just all you got to do is hit the subscribe button here on the channel and watch one of the videos on the channel all the way to the end and drop a comment. You do that, you'll eligible to win, and we're going to be giving it away like anytime, probably tomorrow, I would think. But to be eligible for that, again, just subscribe and watch one of our videos, one of our recent videos on the channel all the way to the end, and then you'll be eligible to win. Now, with that, I also want to remind you that tonight I'm coming back live, and I'm going to tell you the rags to riches story, which is, how do I say this? I'm going to talk about some very uncomfortable moments in my career as an entrepreneur, including the B word, which is a bankruptcy. And I have never talked about this before. Nobody knows about the ups, the downs, the crashes, the triumphs of how I became a successful entrepreneur and built a $100 million empire. So we've generated over $100 million through all of my companies over the years. And there's some lessons in it that I want to share with you that I think can really help you on your journey. So I'm going to talk about that tonight, and then we're going to give away $1,500 in discounts and special deals to kick off our Black Wednesday special promotion. So that all happens tonight. The link to attend that is pinned in the comments that you see on this video. So I hope to see you tonight. We're going to give away $100 tonight to one lucky person, and then another $100 to one person who comments on the channel. And with that, we'll go to questions. But hey, Nick, before we take up the chat questions, I have a really important question for you.
Let's hear it.
What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
What?
Sophisticated.
That's a good one.
A good one, yeah? Well, what do you give it?
Yeah.
On the dad joke scale?
Ooh, a strong 7. That's like a 7.9.
7.9. Awesome. All right. What do you guys think? How does it rate on the dad joke scale? Audience, chat. What do you think? What do you say? Nick gives it a 7.9.
Ooh, not a 1.9.
Yeah, not a 1.9, a 7.9. That's pretty strong. That's pretty. I like that joke.
Yeah.
I got to tell mom that one later. Okay. Oh, Joanne gives it an 8. All right. Thank you. So with that, enough nonsense. Now we'll get into everybody's Q&A. So any questions you guys have about applying this or about building your business online in general, go ahead and pop them in there now. Ask whatever questions you might have, and we will take them up, and I'll help you as best I can.
All right. Our first question, this is actually, we're starting off really strong. This is a very good question from Kim. She says, is it true that it's best to have a face on the thumbnail?
It depends. If your brand is centered around a person, like for me as the founder / CEO personality, it's good to have my face on the brand, right? That's a choice we made for our marketing. Now, you can also have a brand that doesn't have that. You don't have to have a face. It's what fits your strategy for your business, okay? So if you have a personality who you want to attach to your brand, then definitely use that face. But it's not required. In fact, I mean, I could imagine, I can imagine, I know there are AI influencers out there that are fake people that people use as well. But so I say, if you have that, use a face. If you don't, it's not the end of the world if you don't have a face to use.
Yeah, there are some people who take this whole like Mr. Beast. He's like a scientist. The way he runs these experiments and he fine tunes his videos to be precise to a certain degree to reach virality. And there are people who apply like data science and stuff to kind of understand these things. And there's people who, one of the things they've researched is whether or not faces in thumbnails, affect conversions and what those faces look like too. If you guys like, we can get really, into the weeds, very granular, and we could do content about, we can kind of be like Mr. Beast. This is kind of the stuff, like I said, we talk about behind the scenes. I can bring some real data in, and maybe we can even show a little bit of our own data.
Well, yeah, I know we did a study of our channel. So for those who don't know, my younger son is a data scientist, and we actually exported all the stats from all the videos that we have on the channel, and he went and applied some machine learning to do a data analysis to figure out what causes a video to get pushed by YouTube, right, and go viral, essentially. And we had some really big insights, and it actually backed up everything that we talked about in this training. The stats that he uncovered proved to be true. But yeah, if you guys want to learn more about that, so maybe some of the learnings that we got from our data analysis from, maybe we can drag Dylan back on the channel.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. We can share I don't know what his deliverable was, if he made like a PowerPoint or something, but we could share the results from his channel experiment.
Yeah. If people are interested in that, we can. We'll see if we can twist his arm to come back.
Yeah. All right. Next question. This is from DE Production. He says, "Can you please do a training on using YouTube videos in tandem with PushButton AI courses? Put the PushButton AI vid from the lesson on YouTube or cross-link?"
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take that and put it on YouTube. I would make so let me think how to explain this to everybody. So we have a system called PushButton AI that builds businesses, right? And one of the kinds of businesses that it can build is a course business where you can either give away or sell a course, okay? And so our system will build that for you. And in there, it can even make your videos. So it'll make like videos for your training courses. And I wouldn't take those and put them on YouTube. Instead, what I would do is create additional trainings following the formula that I laid out here. And again, if that's something that you're interested in, I can do more training about how to make content. So if you're not sure how to make content that matches up with your course, we could totally do more training on that. Yeah. But
oh shoot, did you freeze for a second? Let's see. You froze for me. Oh, there you go, you're back.
am I back? Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened. suddenly said I was offline for some reason.
Huh.
Okay. I don't know what that was about, but I'm back now.
All right. Okay. This is from Terry. He says, I would like more on commission engine, Bill.
Yeah, well, if you're a commission engine owner, I know that Jay, our head of training and product, is been hard at work on giving you a lot more training. So I know we did a marathon, like 4-hour training show for everybody not too long ago. He's been very busy chunking that up into bite-sized pieces and creating courses and more training for you in the members area. So I know, in fact, he reported this morning that he has just completed 2 different courses that are in your members area right now. So you'll keep getting training from us on how to use Commission Engine. And then if you have any specific questions about how to promote your Commission Engine sites, I'd love to do more training for you on that here on the channel. So just let me know what questions and any guidance on what strategies you might want to learn more about.
All right. So Cynthia says, are you able to teach us how to create the commercials like you have with the presidents?
Yes. In fact, will it be next week?
Yeah.
There you go. We'll do that next week. Yeah, we have something that producer Nick's been working on. That it's a training we're going to do together, actually. You guys gave us feedback last week that you'd like to see Nick some more. So we're going to bring producer Nick. I'm going to drag him out in front of the camera and we're going to do it. We'll do a training together. So the first time we actually did a joint training session, and we'll show you how to make commercials like that and better, in fact. So
yeah, you may have noticed my voice is a little more nasally than usual, and I thought it would be best if I did the training when I was in tip-top shape, and didn't want to come on and sneeze all over you guys. So So we'll do that next week. We'll show you step by step from big idea to scripting your audio to generating the audio, making the commercial. And it's 2 tools, right? I think that is the workflow we're going to show them. Yeah.
So it makes it pretty simple, actually, because all you have to do is use 2 tools that both are really inexpensive. So we'll do that next week. So keep an eye out for next Wednesday's live show.
Yes. All right.
So I have a question for you.
Okay, what's that question?
So how do you organize a space party?
How?
You plan it.
I like that one. That's another strong 7.
A strong 7. Okay, we're doing good today.
Yeah.
So what question do we have next from the audience?
Yeah, we got a question from DE Production. He says, what's happening with Dylan's custom phone cover business?
He has been hard at work adding products. So the idea was that to have many different things that you could sell there. And for example, I know t-shirts just came online, I think literally last night. So his business is continuing to grow, and we just might actually feature it again here on the channel. We may have some exciting news about that coming up in the future.
Awesome. Okay, that looks like it's it for questions.
All right, fantastic. Well, here's what I'd like to do now. So I want to do a final round of questions. So anything that you have that you need to learn about, whether it's how to make content, like you saw, the content part of our training today. It's kind of, I realized as I was delivering that's kind of a big gap on how do you actually do that. So if you're interested in that, let me know what kinds of content you're interested in. Also, please pop any other questions that you have in there, maybe about whether it's a question about how to get traffic, some strategies about how to get more sales. Maybe you've got an existing business and you're trying to use the internet to increase that existing business. Whatever that might be, pop those questions in now. And what I'll do in the meantime is we're going to take a very quick commercial break, and then we will be right back to finish up with final Q&A. So pop those questions in now. We'll be right back. And I've got a bonus tip that I'm going to be telling you about in just a few minutes. So with that, be right back. 5 years of building online business. I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. Whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time. All right, so we're also in a YouTube ad break, which is doing its thing right now as well. And so yeah, it's pushing out ads, and everybody will be back in just a moment. And I do want to reemphasize that success session. If you haven't had one, you're just kind of curious about what it is you need to do to have that breakthrough to succeed in your online business, then I highly recommend you grab one of those success sessions. It's definitely well worth it. Yeah, so we're going to do that. And don't forget, I'll be back tonight. We're just about an hour and a half. I'll be right back live again, but you're going to have to register for that session. So a link to that is pinned in the comments if you'd like to attend tonight. And we'll be giving away a cash prize for those who do attend. And I'm going to reveal the most embarrassing, biggest mistake of my life. I'll be telling you about that. I'm a little nervous about this, but I've never told the public. I've never said it live on any of my trainings. And I'm going to tell you a bit about that. And because The reason I'm doing that is I think there's an important lesson that I want to pass on that'll help you avoid some of the failures I've gone through and speed up your path to making profit online. So that's all tonight when I come back for our Black Wednesday special deal. So we're releasing it's a $1,500 deal where you'll be able to save a ton of money on the very powerful profit-making tools. And that's all tonight. So you can register for that. And then with that, we're going to be doing our final round of Q&A. Got to power up here with a little more caffeine. And I think what I'll do, I'll lead off with a question for you, Nick.
Let's hear it.
What do you call a belt made of watches?
What?
A waste of time.
Okay, that's the strongest one today. That breaches the 7-8 threshold. That's like
I got a laugh out of you too. That was good. All right, good. Yeah, there were some good ones today. So thanks to ChatGPT, I'm using 01, the 01 version of ChatGPT, and did a good job today. So great place to source your dad jokes if anybody out there need one. Joanne gives that one a 9. Oh, that's stellar. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. So with that, did we have any other questions come in today?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, fantastic. So then I want to remind you guys that I'm back. Nick and I will be back doing a father-son piece of content. So we'll be doing that together next week. We're going to show you how to make commercials like the ones you've been seeing me play using AI. I did see, so Nick, I did see something I wanted to take up from Tamara, or Tamara, whichever way you say that, Tamara, about wanting to make content. So I'd like to take that one up, Nick. I did see that come in. Being concerned about making video content like, excuse me, I need a sneeze button so I can mute that mic when I'm sneezing, but sorry about that, everybody. But I do want to take that up because I think this is a very common problem. You don't need to have, if you're in a situation where you're not confident with your ability to do spoken voice, or you're concerned about your grammar or your writing skills, things like that. The beauty of the AI tools that we have available to us today is that is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I understand why you're concerned about that, but I can show you a workflow that uses some AI tools, and none of that matters. You can create amazing English language content. You don't have to speak it. You can have the AI that helps you write it so that it's going to sound correct. And it's not that hard. We can teach you that here on the channel. If that's an example of one of the things that I can teach about how to make video content. So I would not at all be concerned if you're concerned about your writing skills, your spoken word skills. You don't want to appear on camera. There's a solution for all of that, and I really mean it that anyone can do content and have success with the workflows and tools that we can teach you. Definitely don't let that be a thing that holds you back and stops you from creating content. And if there's enough people that express interest in, some of these workflows and tell us more about that, and in the comments on the channel, let us know more about what you all want training on, and we will absolutely take that up and do that in a future training session. But next week we are going to talk about how to make these commercials. And again, in the commercials, you don't have to speak, you don't have to have your face on them. They can be 100% AI, and they'll be incredibly profitable. We've been using AI generated commercials for a long time now, and boy, do they work amazingly well. So we'll show you all that on next Wednesday's show. And so we did have one question. So there's the answer to it. Yes, so I'll be back tonight. Register for that session. That is, what was that link? It is Black W, I think. So if you go to pushbutton.ai/BlackW to register to join me tonight, to hear me talk about some of the most embarrassing lessons that I've learned in my career as an entrepreneur, and how you can avoid making the same mistakes I made. So go register for that. Join me in just a little bit of time. And with that, we're going to go to our final round of commercials and wrap it up for today. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me and Nick for the afternoon. And I hope to see you this evening. Bye for now.
You can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse. Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called PushButton AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. PushButton AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with PushButton AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
A powerful way to start a business and do it easily without a lot of experience, without a lot of difficulty, and you can be up and running. And in fact, I show my students how to do this in just 5 days. In 5 days, just a little bit of time each afternoon. You can spend just an hour or so with me every afternoon for 5 days. And by the end, you can have an entire business built, done, completed, and you can even have it online and ready to make profit. I would like to invite you right now to come and join me. We're opening up the classroom this coming Monday. And so right now, you can go check it out, learn all about the challenge, how it works, how you take part in it. And there's even a special, right at the moment of recording this, there's a half off coupon code to get in for a very inexpensive price. Compared to typically what I charge for our products and services and courses and training, you can get in at a tiny fraction of those prices. And you can learn all about this over pushbutton.ai/engine. You who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top, everything you need from your domain name to your logo, to videos, to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business. In 25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. Whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time.